Hi, hello friends. Good morning to one and all. Welcome to our channel, The Voice of Nurse. In today's class, we are going to discuss a continuous topic from the previous video. The subject name is Sociology. We are going to discuss part 2 in today's class. Previously, we already finished part 1 related to the sociology subject. In sociology point of view, we discussed related to the part 1. In part 1, we discussed related to the sociology 20 questions along with sociology introduction, definition, scope of sociology, branches of sociology, important of sociology in nursing, individual and society, definition of society, society in sociology, family, what are the functions of family and what is community in sociology, and types of community. These all things we already covered in part 1 related to the sociology. In previous video we already finished these many topics along with introduction related to the sociology plus 20 FAQs we already successfully finished. Today's class we are going to discuss question number 21 to 50 questions. We will discuss 30 questions related to the sociology in today's class. Before moving on to today's class, తెలంగాణలో స్టాఫ్ నర్స్ జాబ్స్కి ఎగ్జామ్ డేట్ ఫిక్స్ అయిందండి ఆగస్ట్ 2nd. రిలేటెడ్ టు ది ఎగ్జామ్ డేట్ అండ్ హాల్ టికెట్ డౌన్లోడ్ అండ్ రిలేటెడ్ టు ది షిఫ్ట్ వైజ్ ఎగ్జామ్ అండ్ సిబిటి కంప్యూటర్ బేస్డ్ టెస్ట్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఎగ్జామ్ ఎక్కడ, అండ్ ఆల్సో మెడికల్ హెల్త్ సర్వీసెస్ రిక్రూట్మెంట్ బోర్డ్ మనకి ఎగ్జామ్ డేట్ ఫిక్స్ చేసిన నోటిఫికేషన్ ప్లస్ క్లారిఫికేషన్ విత్ ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ నేను ఆల్రెడీ ప్రీవియస్ వీడియో చేసి ఆల్రెడీ అప్లోడ్ చేశాను. ఎవరైనా ఆ వీడియోని మిస్ అయినట్టయితే జస్ట్ చెక్ చేసుకోండి ఫ్రెండ్, జస్ట్ చెక్ ఇట్. రిలేటెడ్ టు ది ఎగ్జామ్ అండ్ హాల్ టికెట్స్, మార్క్స్, డ్యూరేషన్, సిబిటి అంటే ఏంటి, ఆన్లైన్ ఎగ్జామ్ ఎలా, షిఫ్ట్ వైజ్ ఎగ్జామ్ అంటే ఎలా, ఎప్పుడు, టైమింగ్స్ ఏంటి, మన హాల్ టికెట్ ఎప్పుడు డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనే ప్రాసెస్ గురించి నేను ఆల్రెడీ ప్రీవియస్ వీడియోలో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను. ఎవరైనా చూడకపోయినా ఫస్ట్ టైం నా ఛానల్ని విజిట్ చేసిన వారైనా లేకపోతే ప్రీవియస్ వీడియోస్ చూసి లాస్ట్ వీడియో చూడకపోయినా మిస్ అయినా జస్ట్ ప్రీవియస్ వీడియో లింక్ నేను డిస్క్రిప్షన్లో కంపల్సరీ యాడ్ చేస్తాను. అండ్ ఆల్సో పార్ట్ 1 రిలేటెడ్ టు ది సోషియాలజీ ఆల్సో లింక్ నేను డిస్క్రిప్షన్లో యాడ్ చేస్తాను. జస్ట్ చెక్ ఇట్ వన్స్ ఫ్రెండ్స్. బిఫోర్ మూవింగ్ ఆన్ టు టాపిక్, ఏ స్మాల్ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఎనీబడి వాచింగ్ ఫస్ట్ టైం మై ఛానల్, please subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon for further notification, and please if you are like a content, give a like and share your opinion in comment section, and please share the video to your friends. Let's move on to topic. Today we are going to discuss part 2 related to the sociology. Today we are going to discuss today's class from the 21 to 50. 30 questions we are going to discuss in today's class. Let's move on to topic. Question number 21. A modern family is a. We will see here options. Option A, stable type of family. Option B, religious type of family. Option C, broken type of family. Option D, peaceful family. What is a modern family from the following? What is modern family? We have to know first. Modern family is a refers to the smallest family which is consist of husband, wife and their children. The modern families are separates from the joint family and they are make separate house. The modern family members are independent. Modern family women are earning the money. Modern family refers to smallest family which is consist of husband, wife and their children only. Family structure related to the types of family: nuclear families, single parent families, extended families, childless families, step families and grandparents families. Here the modern family is a broken type of family. Here in these options, option C is the broken type of family, modern family is a broken type of family. So here in these options, option C is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 22. Essential functions of family. What are the functions of family? Essential function means, actually we already discussed related to the functions of family. What are the functions of the family in the part 1 video in related to the introduction of sociology we already discussed. We will see here options first. Option A, production or rearing of children. Option B, transmission of culture. Option C, A and B. Option D, none of the above. Functions of family: physical maintenance and care of family members, addition of new members through adoption or precreation or procreation, socialization of children, social control of its members, production, consumption and distribution of goods and services, effective nurturance means it is called as love. These all are the functions related to the family. Essential functions means reproduction, regulation of sexual behavior, care of the children, religions, recreational function, cooperation and division of labor, traditional function. These all are things comes under the functions of family. So here in these options, essential functions of the family means we got an answer here: production or rearing of children and also transmission of culture. Here option A and B both is the correct answer. These both are essential functions of the family. Option A and B both are the essential functions of the family. So here option C is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 23rd. Industrial society is unmarked by. The industrial society is unmarked by. We will see here options. Option A, caste system. Option B, social mobility. Option C, primary relationship. Option D, all of the above. What meant by industrial society? In an industrial society factory, production is the primary source of economic activity, and the whole social structure is designed to support factories. This is called as industrial society. And also in sociology, industrial society is a society driven by the use of technology and machinery to enable mass production, supporting a large population with the high industrial structure. This is called as industrial society in sociology. Here, industrial society in sociology characterized by the widespread use of technology and heavy machinery to facilitate mass production and the support large population with the high capacity of division of labor is called as industrial society. Here, industrial society is unmarked by social mobility. So here option B is the correct answer. What is meant by social mobility? Word social mobility is the extent to which an individual's life chances are determined by their starting point in life. Three characteristics of industrial society we are having. These are increased division of labor, urban areas that have become dominant centers in culture and politics, mass production that leads an increased level of work. This is called as industrial society, and industrial society is unmarked by, here option B, social mobility is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 24. Which of the following is not a source of law? Here from the following option, not a source of law. We will see here options first. Option A, customs. Option B, religions. Option C, judicial decisions. Option D, habits. What is source of law? Sources of law are the origins of laws, the binding rules that enable any state to govern its territory. The term source of law may sometimes refer to the sovereign or to the seat of power from which the law derives its validity. Here, the main source of law means following are the most common sources means constitution or code, legislative enactment statute, and also judicial decisions. So these all are the sources of law. So here, except here source of law means habits. Option D is the except here following option not a source of law means here option D, habits is except source of law. So here in this option D is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 25. Role of the religion. Role of religion has been. What is the role of religion? We will see. Options. Option A, harmonizing. Option B, to bring the people close. Option C, provide faith. Option D, all of the above. The role of religion. Here, it gives meaning and purpose to life, reinforces social unity and stability, serves as an agent of social control, promotes psychological and physical well-being, and also may motivate people to work for positive social change. These all are the purposes of religion. Here, the role of religion in India. Throughout India's history, religion has been an important part of the country's culture, and the Indian subcontinent is the birthplace of four of the world's major religions, namely Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. These all are the four main major religions in the world level, which are collectively known as Indian religions. Religion is an agent of social control and thus strengthens social order. Religion teaches people moral behavior and thus helps them learn how to be good members of society. In the Judeo Christian tradition, the Ten Commandments are perhaps the most famous set of rules for moral behavior. Here, the religion role has been harmonizing to bring the people to close and provide to be faith. Here, option D, all of the above is the correct answer here. Next, we will move on to question number 26. Origin of society was due to. Origin of society was due to. We will see here options. Option A, God's will. Option B, evaluation. Option C, force. Option D, none of the above. Here the origin of society was due to the evaluation. In biology, evaluation is the change in heritable characteristics of biological populations over successive generations. These characteristics are the expressions of genes which are passed on from parent to offspring during reproduction. Here, what is meaning of evaluation in sociology? What is social evaluation? Overview means social evaluation is process of directional social change, and evolutionary theories attempt to describe and explain this process. Theories of social evaluation go back to the second half of the 19th century to Spencer, Morgan, Tyler, and Marx and Engels. So here, origin of society was due to the evaluation. So here in these options, option B is the correct answer. Next, we will move on to question number 27. Which of the following one of the defects of sociology? Here in these options, one is there one of the defects of sociology from the following options. First, we will see options. Option A, lack of fixity. Option B, lack of objectivity. Option C, absence of purpose. Option D, all of the above. Here, what is the one of the defects of sociology? Means lack of objectivity, absence of purpose, lack of fixity. These all things comes under the one of the sociology defects. But here from the following options, one is defects of sociology means lack of objectivity is the correct answer here. The main defects and main problems of sociology. In sociology is the discipline that studies social problems like crime, poverty, inequalities based on social class, race and gender, epidemics, environmental problems and so on. You may want to know that solution it has to offer. You may be interested in finding out what you can do to make a difference. Means here one of the defects of following is lack of objectivity is the correct answer here, option B. Next we will move on to question number 28. How we can do a quantitative sociologist used to gather data. How the quantitative sociologist used to gather the data. We will see here options first. Option A, large survey. Option B, television programs. Option C, interviews. And option D, all of the above. Quantitative sociology uses statistical methods such as surveys with large numbers of participations, and researchers analyze data using the statistical techniques to see if they can uncover patterns of human behaviors. Sociologists use quantitative data. Using the quantitative research methods allows researchers to perform complex data analysis to aggregate shows relationships and compare data. Sociological quantitative research uses methods such as questionnaire structured observational experiments and aggregated population data. So here the most common quantitative methods in sociology includes using the large surveys. So here in these options, option A is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 29. Land is a source of. Here what is the land source? Land is a source of what? We will see here options. Option A natural, option B forest, option C occupation, option D capital. Land is an essential natural resource both for the survival and prosperity of humanity and for the maintenance of all terrestrial ecosystems. Survival on land relies on fresh water from rivers, streams, lakes and glaciers, which constitute of only 3% of water on land is the source of wealth and life. So here land is an essential natural resource both for the survival and humanity means here option C land is occupation. Occupational structure is the allocation of occupations in the community organized according to economic function, skill level and social status. In agriculture, the principal source of occupation. Agriculture as principal source of occupation with a large number of working population engaged in agriculture. It became the source of livelihood and their only source of occupation. So here land is the source of occupation. From the option C is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 30. The response of individuals to one another is means here the response of individuals to one another is, we will see here options. Option A culture, option B social interaction, option C ethical, option D rule. The response of individuals to one another is called as social interaction. Human beings are social animals. We have to interact with one another for sustaining our life. We cannot live through individualism. In this age of socially connected world, interactions are major part of our lives. Here what is meant by social interaction? Social interaction is the process of reciprocal influence exercised by individuals over one another during the social encounters. Usually it refers to face-to-face encounters in which people are physically present with one another for specified duration. What are the examples for the social interaction means here? The examples for the social interaction can be seen in all walks of our life. A professor communicating information to their students. This is the example for the social interaction. We can interact in different ways in different types of social settings. Our interactions in professional settings would be very much different from the how we are interacting with our friends. So here in this option social interaction, option B is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 31. We feeling is a essential feature of. Here what is we feeling? We feeling is a essential feature of what? We will see first options. Option A racial group, option B primary group, option C customs group, option D secondary group. We feeling is another important characteristic of in group. Members of in group have a strong sense of we feeling by which they identify themselves and them from the others. This shows a strong sense of unity among themselves. The concepts of we feeling. Sociologists have described the experience of we feeling by Cooley in 1909 in the year of 1909 and Kantar in the year of 1972, Weisse in 2007. A phenomenon that appears in settings where people values community and commit themselves realizing the society. In order for a primary group to exist, three formational creation and characteristics must be met, include personal and intimate relationship among the group members. Here, face-to-face interaction members of the primary group has close and face-to-face interaction, especially in the family set with the members. So here we feeling is essential feature in the primary group. The family will come in the primary group only. So here we feeling is essential feature of primary group. So here option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 32. Which among the following is an organization? Here in these options, from the following options, one is the organization. We will see here options. Option A school, option B court, option C hospital, option D all of the above. In sociology, organization is understood as planned, coordinated and purposeful action of human beings to construct or complement a common tangles or intangible product. This action is usually framed by formal membership of institutional roles. The example for the organization means here the group of people working together towards common goals. For example of political party, business, colleges, hospital, charitable trust and charity, or a club or court in schools. So here which among the following is an organization? From the options means school, court, hospitals comes under the organization. So here in this option, option D, all of the above is the correct answer. Here option D is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 33. Who said by where there is life there is society? Who said by the word where there is life there is society? We will see here options. Option A Bogardas, option B McLever and Page, option C Herbert, option D E.B. Tyler. R.M. McLever and C.H. Page had stated that wherever there is life, there is society. This means the life presence creates interaction, and creation of society is due to the various human interactions and actions happening. McLever and Page said that word where there is life there is society. McLever and Page are renowned sociologists who have their approach towards society. They define society as a web of relationships. According to them, society develops a result of human developing. A society blooms because of human life. The constant human interaction between them and environment is a result of society. So here R.M. McLever and C.H. Page had stated that wherever there is life, there is society. So here in these options, option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 34. ILO stands for. What is ILO? We will see here options first. Option A International Language Organization, option B International Labour Organization, option C A and B, option D none of the above. ILO stands for means ILO means International Labour Organization. ILO International Labour Organization is devoted to promoting social justice and internationally recognized human and labor rights, pursuing its founding mission that labor peace is essential to prosperity. Who is the founder of International Labour Organization? The constitution of the ILO was drafted in early 1919 by Labour Commission chaired by Samuel Gompers. Samuel Gompers, head of the American Federation of Labor in the United States. Where is the headquarters of ILO? Means ILO International Labour Organization headquarters in Geneva and Switzerland and has 186 member states. It became a member state of ILO in the 1932. In India, member of International Labour Organization is India is a founder member of the ILO, which came into the existence of 1998. Present of ILO 187 members, a unique feature of ILO tripartite character. The secretariat is led by the Director General Gilbert Hangbo of Togo, who has elected by the governing body in 2022. So here ILO detailedly we already discussed, but ILO stands for in this question option B, International Labour Organization. Option B is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 35. Land, forest, water and other resources belongs to. Land, forest, water, other resources are belongs to from the following. We will see here options. First option A, agriculture resources. Option B, natural resources. Option C, occupational resources. Option D, industrial resources. Land, air, water, soil, stone, sunlight, plants, animal fuels and forest, these all things comes under the natural resources. Natural resources are materials created in nature that are used and usable by humans. They include natural substances, soil, water and energy supplies, for example coal, gas, that serves to satisfy human needs and wants. Here natural resources are materials from the earth that are used to support life and meet people's needs. Any natural substances that humans use can be considered a natural resource. Oil, coal, natural gas, metal, stone and sand are natural resources. Here in these options, option B, natural resources is the correct answer. Land, forest, water and other resources belongs to natural resources. Option B is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 36. People living in cities and town with non-agriculture occupation is a type of community. Here people living in cities and town with non-agriculture occupation is which type of community? We will see options. Option A, rural. Option B, urban. Option C, A and B. Option D, none of the above. People living in cities and town with non-agriculture occupation is a type of urban community. Urban people, it comes under urban people also. Urban people are engaged in non-agriculture work, for example trade and service industry also. In urban areas the problem of social barriers is minimal. There are equal opportunities for jobs, education and etc. In rural areas of in India there is always lot of difference in social status in rural areas due to gender, religion, caste, culture etc. These are main differences between the urban and rural. So here the people is in cities, living in cities and town with non-agriculture occupation is a type of community, means here urban community is the correct answer here, option B. Next we will move on to question number 37. What is a way of life? Sorry friends, here away is there, some of the typing errors, sorry for the mistakes. What is the way of life? What is the way of life? We will see here options. Option A, customs. Option B, marriage. Option C, culture. Option D, all of the above. Culture is essentially a learned way of life. Typically people within the same culture speak the same language, eat identical foods and share common things. A culture is a way of life of group of people. The behaviors, beliefs, values and symbols they accept generally without thinking about them, and that are passed along by communication and imitation from one generation to next. Thus, who said culture is a way of life means Linton. Ralph Linton 1945 defined the culture of a society as the way of life its members, the collection of ideas and habits which they learn, share and transmit from generation to generation. So here option C, what is the way of life means here option C, culture is the correct answer here. What is the meaning of culture means a culture of life describes a way of life based on the belief that human life at all stages from conception through natural death is sacred. So here way of life means culture is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 38. Juvenile delinquent children are to be kept in. Juvenile delinquent children will be kept in. We will see here options. First option A, institution. Option B, remedial homes. Option C, A and B. Option D, none of the above. Juvenile delinquency is a social evil and is a social unacceptable behavior committed by minors or juveniles. The juveniles are kept in juvenile jail and correction homes. What is juvenile delinquency? Juvenile delinquency in children's a violation of the law committed by juvenile that would have been a crime if committed by an adult. Also, antisocial behavior by juveniles that is subject to legal action. Juvenile justice is administered through juvenile court, a court which is child friendly in nature. The main goal of this system to adapt rehabilitative measures rather than the punitive measures. Juveniles are kept in juvenile jail and correction homes. The various corrective measures to take and change behavior and develop positive directions. So here the juvenile delinquent children are to be kept in from the following options. Option B, remedial home. Remedial homes is the correct answer. Juvenile delinquent children will be kept in the remedial homes. Option B is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 39. Dowry Prohibition Act is passed in which year? The Dowry Prohibition Act is passed in which year from the options? Option A, 1961, option B 1951, option C 1941, option D 1971. The Dowry Prohibition Bill was passed in joint sittings of both the Houses of Parliament and it became an act, the Dowry Prohibition Act, in the year of 1961 and it received the assent of the President on 20th May 1961. Dowry Prohibition Act, according to Indian law, enacted on May 1st, 1961 and intended to prevent the giving or receiving of dowry. Under the Dowry Prohibition Act, dowry includes property, goods and money given by either party to the marriage by parents to either party or by anyone else connection with the marriage. The purpose was to prevent the giving and receiving of dowry, and punishment for violation of law is 5 years and also 15,000 or the value of dowry, whichever is higher. The Dowry Prohibition Act was enacted on May 1st, 1961. So here in these options, option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 40. Types of social change are. What are the types of social change are? We will see here options. Option A, involuntary and revoluntary. Option B, organized. Option C, disorganized. Option D, none of the above. When change in social structure, social order, social values, certain customs and traditions, socio-cultural norms, code of conduct, way of conducting oneself have unquestionable influenced modern theories. Here the types of social changes means here involuntary and revoluntary. Here option A is the correct answer here. Sociologists define social change as a transformation of cultures, institutions and functions. Most change isn't instantaneously In society, change is often very slow. There are variety parts of forces at work, many of which resist descriptions of status, and all societies go through these types of changes. One point, you don't need be avid student of history to know that. Consider modern society and reflect on what looked like hundreds of years ago. Society is unrecognizable. So here the types of social change means involuntary and revoluntary. So here option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 41. According to Max Weber, sociology is the interpretative understanding of social. According to Max Weber, sociology is interpretative understanding of social. We will see here options. Option A, action. Option B, group. Option C, institution. Option D, individual. Max Weber defined sociology as a science which attempts the interpretative understanding of social action in order thereby to arrive at casual explanation of its course of effects. Interpretative sociology, interpretative understanding of social actions. So here interpretative sociology requires the understanding of motives, effectual states and actions. So here in this option A, action is the correct answer here. Social activity must be viewed as purposeful, meaningful, and symbolic action that is receptively directed. We can say that praise alludes in interaction in modern sociology. So here, according to the Max Weber, sociology is interpreted under the standing of social action. So here option A, action is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 42. Who rejects quantitative difference in pleasures? Who rejects the quantitative difference pleasures? We will see here options. Option A, Plato. Option B, Bentham. Option B, Comte. Option D, Socrates. Who rejects quantitative difference in pleasures? Bentham rejects quantitative difference in pleasures. Bentham and Mill, probably the two most famous in history of sociology, held fundamentally opposite views concerning way the value of different pleasures should be estimated. John Mill considered pleasures to be estimated by quality, but Bentham considered pleasures to be measured in quantitative terms. So here option B is the correct answer, Bentham. Quantitative hedonists argue that how valuable pleasures is for well-being depends on only the amount of pleasures. So here option B, Bentham rejects quantitative difference in pleasures. So here option B is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 43. What is the system of social interaction? What is the system of social interaction? We will see here options. Option A, social process. Option B, social group. Option C, social contact. Option D, social system. What meant by social interaction? Social interaction, related to the social interaction, we already discussed in this video only. Part 2, 30th question, we discussed related to the social interaction. Here, what is the system of social interaction means? Social group. Social group, any set of human beings who either are recently have been or anticipate being in some kind of interrelations. The term group or social group has been used designated many kinds of aggregations of humans. For example, for the social groups comes under in the social groups clubs, businesses, families, circles of friends, local religious friends, and also comes under the fraternity and sorority chapters or example for the social groups. Here the system of social interaction is social group. Option B is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 44. Who developed the theory looking glass self? Who developed the theory of looking glass self? We will see here options. Option A, Mead. Option B. Cooley. Option C. W.I. Thomas. Option D. Bentham. According to sociologist Charles Horton Cooley, C.H. Cooley, individuals develop their concept of self by observing how they are perceived by others, a concept Cooley coined as the looking glass self. This process, particularly when applied to the digital age, raises questions about the nature of identity socialization. Looking glass self is a sociological concept that was first introduced by Charles Horton Cooley, C.H. Cooley, in the year of 1902. As a part of his work on social psychology, the theory suggests that individual self-concept or sense of self is significantly influenced by the perceptions and evaluations of others. Who developed the theory? Looking glass self means C.H. Cooley. Option B is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 45. H Mead says, which is the product of social interaction? H Mead says, which is the product of social interaction? We will see here options. Option A, values. Option B, culture. Option C, self. Option D, none of the above. Sociologist Georg Herbert H Mead believed that people develop self-images through interaction with other people. He argued that the self, which is the part of person's personality consisting of self-awareness and self-image, is a product of social experiences. Social conception of the self, Mead argues, entails that individual selves are the products of social interaction. So here in these options, option C, self, is the correct answer. H Mead says product of social interaction is self. Option C, self, is the correct answer. Self or themselves is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 46. Only man is born and brought up in a. Only man is born and brought up in a. We will see here options. Option A, natural environment. Option B, original environment. Option C, cultural environment. Option D, non-cultural environment. Only man is born and brought up in a cultural environment. Culture is an unique profession of man. Only man is born and brought up in cultural environment. Other animals live in a natural environment. Every man is born into a society is the same as saying that every man is born into the culture. Culture is the inequality and unique quality of man which separates him from the lower animals. Culture includes all that man has acquired in his individual and social life. The main functions of culture. Culture defines attitudes, values and goals. Culture defines situation. Culture will decide our career. Culture provides behavior pattern and culture molds personality. Culture is universal, learned, shared, cumulative and paradoxical. Any behavior or set of behavior that are biologically determined is not a cultural phenomenon. So here only man is born and brought up in a cultural environment. So here in these options, option C, cultural environment, is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 47. All members of society occupy a number of social positions known as. All members of society occupy a number of social positions. We will see here options. Option A, role. Option B, status. Option C, prestige. Option D, all of the above. Members of society occupy number of social positions is called as social status. Social status is the level of social value a person is considered to possesses. More specifically, it refers to the relative level of respect, honor, assumed competency and difference accorded people, groups and organizations in the society. Example for the social status is level of prestige, privilege, and honor someone perceived to have society. Example for the social status includes profession, clothing, car, political affiliation and postcode and affiliation to schools, groups and organization. These all things comes under the status. Social status also called as status, that relative rank that can individual holds, attendant rights, duties and lifestyle in a social hierarchy based upon honor or prestige. So here in this option B, status is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 48. Trait means TRAIT. Trait means, we will see here options. Option A, social trend of the first. Option B, smallest unit of the personality. Option C, smallest unit of culture. Option D, biggest unit of personality. The word trait, adjective word, means triter, lacking in freshness or effectiveness because of constant use or excessive repetition, hacked, styled. The trait phrases in his letter expressed too often to be interesting or seem sincere. His leaks about love and peace are too trite for me to take them seriously. Nothing but trait is a cultural traits, or smallest unit of culture is called as trait. The family is the simplest and smallest unit in the society, real foundation of culture. A smallest unit of culture is called as trait. According to the Hobel, trait is a repetitively erectable unit of learned behavior pattern or material product. So here in these options, option C, smallest unit of culture. Trait means smallest unit of culture is the correct answer here. Next we will move on to question number 49. In Indian approach to planning is. In Indian approach to planning is, we will see here options. Option A, democratic. Option B, communistic. Option C, oriented. Option D, none of the above. In India, the approaches to planning is democratic. Democratic planning aims at the removal of inequalities of income and wealth through peaceful means by taxation and government spending of social welfare and social security schemes. Individual freedom prevails and people enjoy social, economic and political freedoms. Democratic planning. In India, planning is democratic planning. The chief building block of laying down the national plan is the Planning Commission. It is a decision making body that formulates 5-year plans and implement them. Democratic spirit and framework. The basic Indian approach to planning. Basic objectives for the Indian approach to planning are growth, modernization, self-reliance and social justice. Indian approaches to planning is democratic. So here in this option A is the correct answer. Next we will move on to question number 50. This is last question in this part 2 video related to the sociology. Before and after observations are made in studies involving. Before and after observations are made in studies involves, we will see here options. First, option A, exploratory design. Option B, cross cultural design. Option C, experimental design. Option D, all of the above. Focuses on understanding how design can be informed and influenced by cultures and their process. The practices of designing for cross cultural design considerations encompasses tailoring and adapting design elements such as images, color and layouts to support customer and business needs. So here, before and after observations are made in studies involving cross-cultural design. Here, the users research in cross-cultural designs. Typically, this means getting out into the field to meet people where they are live and work, which helps designers understand particular needs and imagine pertinent future possibilities. People in Diverse cultures. Diverse cultures interact with information in different ways. So here, before and after observations are made in studies involves cross-cultural design. So here in these options, option B, cross-cultural design is the correct answer here. This is the last question in this part 2 related to the sociology video. From the 51 question onwards, we will discuss in next class. This is part 2 related to the sociology. Till now we finished 50 questions. Along with 50 questions, we finished introduction related to the sociology. In part 1 and sociology related to the nursing importance also we discussed in part 1. This is part 2 related to the sociology. Thank you so much for watching my video, and anybody watching first time my channel, please subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon for further notification, and please share your opinion in comment section. Share the video to your friends. Please don't forget to like the video. Stay tuned friends. Keep watching. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Keep watching.